Hey everybody, so I got a box here and it is super cool. Since I started YouTube and since we started Dadfish Tackle and making and selling soft plastics, putting ourselves in the fishing industry and really trying to make a little bit of a space for ourselves, I've had a lot of cool opportunities. I've gotten to meet professional anglers and content creators, go to Bassmaster events and stuff, go to all sorts of markets and set up and sell and talk to local anglers who fish local tournaments, all sorts of cool stuff. Get to watch my two little girls grow up learning how to fish, appreciating the sport, appreciating conservation, going on fishing dates with my wife. It's all been really, really cool. Traveling, catching all sorts of weird, crazy fish. But this box ranks up there with, the top experiences. I'm gonna show this to you here. You can see that right there. It says Rapala, right? And you're gonna think, well, we all get boxes from Rapala if we place orders with Rapala. I didn't place an order with Rapala. They are hosting this early bird giveaway. I entered. I would urge any of you, enter any giveaways. Giveaways I do, giveaways anybody does. It usually takes a few seconds, and if the worst you get is an email once or twice a month, you might get a box like this one day and make it worth your while. Crush City Soft Plastics is Rapala's new line of soft plastics designed with Wheeler. They come out in a month. I got this box on October 13th. It's October 16th today. And these don't hit the market until November 13th. And my understanding from the giveaway is winners were not supposed to be drawn until November. And I got a email from a rep at Rapala who said, you've been selected to receive an early bird box. And I gave them my information, they sent it to me. And so I have here, first I've got this super cool Rapala hat. It's like really comfy. Get that cardboard out of there. It's like a nice hat. But I have a full lineup here of Crush City stuff. And I don't know what it is about knowing that there's only a handful of people right now in the world who have, primarily I would say content creators and professionals who have this stuff. There's something really cool about it. If you watch the channel, you know VMC makes my favorite hooks. Rapala, VMC, they're like one company. So I'm gonna go through really quickly. I haven't had a chance to fish this stuff. I've just looked in the box, but we're gonna pull them out of the packaging and take a look at them. They sent a whole lineup of their new Redline series hooks, and it is super cool. They're not like that nickel shiny finish. Look at that. And look, this is one of my favorite features on VMC hooks. This bead right here keeps your small diameter lines from sliding through and losing your hook, which if you're doing finesse stuff especially. So I've got several packs of those. I'm trying to see. I think each pack is the same. It's a offset worm hook, an EWG, and then like a little straight shank hook. And there's 5 of those. But those are cool. I'm looking forward to it. I'm going to get this together, and we're going to go fishing in another video, because I'm trying to get this out right away, and we've just had a bunch of stuff going on. We're working every weekend at festivals selling bait, getting our product out there, spreading the word. But we're gonna put these to the test. It says they're PTFE coated, 50% faster hook penetration, so 25% stronger vanadium steel needle point. They look really cool. I like those. I don't even know where to start. So let's take a look at, let's start with pack 2. Okay, we're going to start with the ones that looking at them, I'm the most excited about, mostly because this is my favorite way to fish, and that is swim baits. And what's cool is, so you've got your 4-inch, which is the standard. Almost everybody makes like a 3.75 to 4-inch swim bait. Ours are 3.8. Our little dad shads, but these are the Mayer, and it might be what if I can get it open here, go. What I'm most excited about giving a try, because the profile on these looks amazing. So this is the Mayer. This is in gizzard shad color. The colors look great. See the details there. We're gonna get one pulled out and we'll actually take a look at it. All right. And I'm excited because I get to give you an opinion, like my initial impression, not just based on like that I'm a fisherman, but I'm a bait maker and I've been making bait for, gosh, almost 5 years. And professionally making bait for almost a year now. So let's take a look at what we've got here. This is the Mayer in the 4-inch version. It's got a softer plastic, got a good hook keeper right there. You have your hook slot, and look at this. Form back in there. That's interesting. I mean, I'm really interested to rig this up. So I'm assuming you want to put this on your, on the EWG in there. That'd be the correct hook for it. But look at the colors in this. Come on. It's not really picking it up, but there's like this blue-purple flake. There, you might, you can see it now. In there, the colors are great. It feels durable. It feels sturdy. It's stretchy. The action on that is going to be crazy. I cannot wait to throw this and really put it to the test. It's going to catch fish. Like, bottom line, that will catch bass, especially this time of year. It's October here in East Tennessee, which means that bass are on that shad bite, and they're definitely going to be after swim baits. So anytime somebody's been coming in lately and asking, what would you recommend when they're looking at purchasing bait from us? I'm like, get the swim baits, get the flukes. There's the Mayer in the 3-inch. This is albino shad. Look at that. That's a great color too. That soft, pale, like violet color on the back. It's what it is it's a highlight powder in there. It's a purple highlight or a violet highlight powder to get that like sheen, so to call a sheen on it. We do that in a couple of our colors. That too, I would throw this probably actually on like a jig head with an eye and an exposed hook, almost like a crappie jig. Probably a crappie jig, honestly. Probably a shimmer spinner or shimmer swimmer, whatever it's called. That is super cool. Feels like it's made out of the same kind of plastic, so it should be fairly durable and have good action. Okay, let's take a little turn here. Let's look at the Ned BLT here, which is made out of super TPE. So this I believe is kind of like Elastec. It's going to be stretchy and durable. I cracked this one open. I didn't take anything out because it reeks, which is not a bad thing. It reminds me of shrimp when I'm saltwater fishing. Okay, so this is the copper truce color. Yep, it's like Elastec. That is super cool. You've got some segments up here. Seems stretch. I can feel the salt. You can see salt coming off of my fingers if you're a salt person. Here's one of the things, looking at it just as a bait maker, I love this carapace on it. You have these ridges and everything that's going to displace water coming down, but this carapace is such a cool feature, and I'm going to give you a reason why here. With these segments and everything, you're breaking up the plastic, which is fine, especially when you're dealing with this Elastec type stuff, this TPE, but adding this carapace feature, this like shell or half shell, that's just increasing the durability on it. So even if it was made out of like a standard plastisol, it's going to last longer because you're creating a flat surface, and a flat surface like that is going to tear slower than a ridge surface like this. There's less things to tear, less things to break. But that is super cool. I'm putting this, I think, on probably an owner blockhead EWG, and you're going to just crush smallmouth with that. And look at that. And that color is great too. That copper is going to drive smallmouth crazy. The chartreuse, around here we do a lot of rivers for smallmouth. And tell you what, on the river, that's going to do the job. I'm looking forward to that a lot. That might be what I get to use first when I finally get to go fishing again. All right, before we get to the creature baits here, let's look at the Freeloader. Now, I watched Wheeler talk about the Freeloader, it's like a trailer for, I think you could work it just like a soft plastic jerkbait, but they did make it so you could put it on like chatterbaits and stuff, because when you bog down a chatterbait with something like this, you kill the hunting action on the chatterbait, and it's not going to have the same like shake that you want on that bladed jig. And when you remove that profile on here, you don't kill that action. That's why our chatterbait trailer, the Dadfish one, is a fin on the back instead of a paddle. But I'm looking forward, I love bladed jigs. I'm looking forward to running this as well. And I'll probably rig it up too on just an EWG and run it like a soft plastic jerkbait. But hook cavity there, looks good. Plastic feels durable. It's not the TPE stuff, but it is definitely like a good plastic that's got enough softness to have good action, but it's still fairly durable. So you got a nice little slot there for your hook point to go down into. And the color too. You've got the black and blue, green pumpkin, and it's got a feature here, looking at tying across, where we have this shell carapace here. This has the same thing. You can see. And if you think about it, this is where the hook point's going to come through, so you're just increasing your durability right where the hook point comes through. That looks really good. This has got more of a anise smell to it. It's that black licorice, bass love. What else is that? Yeah, so far the little Neds, those were the stinkiest. And it's like it's a strong shrimp, fishy odor, which is good. You want your Neds to be really smelly and really flavorful, because they don't do a whole lot. You know, they sit. And often you get hit on the fall, and you want the fish to really try and munch down on it. I'm gonna save the Bronco Bug for last because it's the weirdest. But let's look at the cleanup Craw. This is a 3.5 inch Craw in black and blue. Classic color, can't go wrong. So this has got that anise smell, but it also has a little bit of that other smell. Okay, chunky. I like it. Beefy. Means it's gonna last longer. I'm gonna go ahead and attach the claws here. These nice cup claws. I love those. Yum used to make a soft plastic frog that had cup claws like that, cup legs like that. And I loved burning it across topwater weightless. You could probably do the same thing with this. But that's a beefy plastic. Durable, it's tough. Good color. That black and blue. That's a really good black and blue. Okay, so you've got appendages. You're going down, and I've seen Jimmy Wheeler talk about this. He designed it so that as it goes down through the water's going to catch and displace those like that. And that's going to create disturbance. Oh, it's not much. It's going to be disturbance. And disturbance in the water is what leads to bites. The claws are going to flap. They're going to catch water as well, especially when you move it. When you look here, you have this reinforced area of webbing where your hook point's going to come through. I'm assuming you'd want to Texas rig it or rig it on a jig so the hook comes through there. You're just increasing the durability. It's almost like a net, making like a little network or a net, mesh net there to help the hook be retained. That's cool. It's much more of a, like among the baits so far, like a very classic, traditional feel. The Mayors are kind of as well, but they depart from that round bodied soft plastic swim bait more so. I'm looking forward to throwing those. I like a good Texas rig. I like a good little like flipping setup where we can get that in the water. And that black and blue is going to be great for some of the ponds we fish where they're muddier and darker. All right, last thing, the Bronco Bug. This is a green pumpkin blue. This thing is strange looking. Same thing, we got that like anise, and I want to say like a shrimp or fishy odor in there as well. I'm looking forward to throwing this. So from what I've heard him talk about is you Texas rig it or rig it on a jig or however, so the weight's down here and it falls, and when it lands, these will like thump around, right? These big appendages will thump, and then when you pick it up, they'll just fling all over the place and make lots of noise, and they're beefy. Here's my concern. It's coming from, again, a bait maker's perspective, looking at durability. I'm concerned with that joint. It feels very strong. And the plastic here is very, very dense, which is what you want to look for in a creature bait. You want dense plastic because you don't want it to tear. You know, when you hook up a craw on a jig, you want to be able to use it for a while without the appendages tearing. Again, the little appendages to displace water, the big thumper, Bronco appendages. Lots of salt. Let's see on my fingers there. Lots of salt coming out of the plastic for you guys who like it loaded up with salt. I think it'll be good. And testing will tell how long that joint will last. It seems really durable. What's interesting is, like when I squish the body here, like squish, when I get up here, it almost feels stiffer. And I'm trying to rack through my brain, like obviously with automation machines, you could use multiple types of plastic and blend them, but it'd be a pain. I think there's something too to be said, you know, when you see a pro design, somebody like Wheeler design a bait, there's two different like schools of thought on bait. Like my school of thought is I want the best balance when I make a piece of soft plastic, the best balance between action and durability. I want my bait, when you take it and rig it up, to last as long as humanly possible while giving you the most action. And kind of the give and take is the more durable the soft plastic is, the less action it has because it's stiffer and the plastic is denser. Whereas like with a professional, I don't think they're as concerned with how long a single soft plastic lasts. They'd be more concerned with, you know, if the Bronco Bug is what's doing it, I need to have, you know, 10, 15, 20, whatever, packs with me for the tournament so that I don't run out. And as soon as it starts to tear or an appendage twists and like doesn't sit right, that take it off and put on a new one and just keep going and going and going. Whereas like your average everyday guy, you know, especially, I don't know what the price point is on these. I'll put it up on the screen here. Whatever it is, I say like, you know, let's say $7, $8 a pack when you're looking at like some of your more premium soft plastics like Guggen, Yamamoto, potentially Crush City. I'm not sure. It's here. You know, we want them to last longer. Whereas if I pay $2 for a pack of Yum at Walmart, I don't really care if they tear up super fast because I can get, you know, 4 packs for the price of a pack of premium baits. But my first impressions are, these are great. We'll see once I fish them and how long they last. Like I said, I'm especially excited about the Mayor. I think those look amazing. I like the profiles. I like that the bodies, it's not just a straight round bodied. They've got a little bit of a slope to them, which is going to give them some rocking action. I like the paddle tails on them. I like the features. They have a lot of really cool little details, like the eyes on those. Those are a 3D print. Like, that's part of the mold they use. That's 3D in there. It's not just like a surface marking. It's in there. I don't know if I can. Yeah. So that's really cool. I think that these are going to be great. These are going to kill on a Ned rig. Absolutely. And on a drop shot, honestly. They're a little bit longer than like your standard Ned, you know, 2 inch, 2.5, 2.75. These are a full 3 inch. You could nose hook that on a drop shot. And, you know, there's a dual purpose for you right there. That's, you go after smallmouth, you can Ned rig, you can drop shot it. Yeah, I really like the look of these. I'm excited to get out and actually fish them. Thank you, Rapala. Super cool. I never would have thought I'd have lures, baits before they hit the market. That was super exciting. So thank you guys for watching. I'm going to get our content train rolling again. We've just been super busy, and get out there and fish with these so that you guys can see them in action as soon as possible. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you next time.